Alright, I'm just going to start. Yay. Like you were saying, I work at a refuge for homeless families at the moment, which means that I'm working with the mentally unwell, those that are drug and alcohol addicted, those who've experienced family breakdown and abuse, and those that have just been let down by our systems and society. It's a challenge every day, and some days I love it and I wouldn't want to work anywhere else. And then other days I hate it. And I go home and all I can do is cry because of the injustice that I've seen. And it's this injustice that I think gets me every time. So the journey to get here, as I was reflecting, kind of seems like one of thinking big and acting small, which is kind of fitting as today's theme is action. So back at the start, when I was little, I wanted to save the world. See, thinking big. I used to watch World Vision commercials on TV and think, I'm going to change that. I'm going to do something about that. And I've always had a really keen sense of injustice and feel really strongly for people that get treated badly. And I think much of this comes from my faith as a Christian person, because God sees that everyone has worth and everyone has value. Everyone, no matter what their capacity to contribute to society or to make a life for themselves. And that's the worldview that I want to uphold in the work that I do, because so much of society doesn't believe that. But despite wanting to change the world, when it came time to do my uni preferences, even though I wanted to do social work for months and months, on the day that the courses were due, I had a brainwave and thought, why don't I become an event manager? And changed my preferences and enrolled into event management, which was such a stupid decision. But it actually, in hindsight, I can see how that really propelled me into the career that I'm in now. So a year into that degree, I actually went on a volunteer trip to Sri Lanka. I was 19, and thinking back now, I think, why the heck did my parents let me do that? I arrived in Sri Lanka at 2 a.m, had no idea where I was looking for some random dude that was going to take me to some random hostel. I was absolutely terrified, but I found him and he took me to the hostel, and I remember getting there and just bawling my eyes out because I was so terrified. But everything's better in daylight. And the next day, things worked out and I started to volunteer at an orphanage just outside Colombo. This was the first experience I'd ever had in poverty, and it totally changed my life. I loved the experience so much, but when I got back, I had what is referred to as reverse culture shock. I remember going to a supermarket or a shopping centre the next day and just being so incredibly overwhelmed because I just couldn't handle the wealth. I couldn't handle the fact that all these people were just throwing their money away to crap they didn't need. This was a massive turning point in my life, I think, and it took me a really long time to readjust to life back in Sydney. When I went back to uni, I couldn't concentrate because I just couldn't unsee all the things that I had seen in Sri Lanka. And I, again, had this real sense that I have to do something, I have to take action somehow against this injustice. So I think I always knew that I was privileged, but after being in Sri Lanka, I think I realised just how blessed I was for the first time, and I was struck with a real sense of gratitude for all that I had and didn't at all want to squander the wealth I'd been given or take for granted the fact that I get to sleep in a bed every night and have grown up in a family who love and cherish me. So I transferred into social work, surprise, surprise. And over the next few years, I had been given these amazing opportunities to volunteer overseas in some Asian countries and was all ready to pack my bags and move to work in an orphanage overseas when I finished uni. And then I got the opportunity to work in the Northern Territory. So this was another massive turning point for me. I worked in a large Aboriginal community called Yendamu, working with kids and youth there. I was meant to be there for 6 weeks. I lasted 4. It was the hardest experience of my life, and there was just so much heartache, and it was just so shocking to see the injustice and how this beautiful community had been totally let down by society and the systems in place. This short stint in the desert in Australia really made me see the need in my own country. So from then on, I decided that that would be my focus, to work in Sydney, to work in the city. So I started working at a refuge for domestic violence, and also started working with kids in Redfern, all the while seeing all the different points of injustice in our own city. So then a few years ago, I got my current job working with Vinnie's in a homeless refuge. And I think I'm starting to think big again. So the last few years, I've really been acting small, working with individual families and individuals and families. But now I guess my interest is changing. And I'm really focused on community education and advocating for the rights of people that don't have a voice. I'm really aware that people in general society want to know how they can help people that are homeless or do something about injustice, but they just don't know what questions to ask or where to start. So I'm hoping that I can contribute to correcting some of the myths around injustice and help people to see how they can take action. So I guess my challenge and what I want to leave with you guys is what are you thinking big about? What is it that you want to see our city accomplish? What is it that you want to see change? For me, it's about seeing an end to homelessness and just bringing justice to people's lives that really need it. It could be something totally different for you guys. But in order to get there, we need to act small. So that could be volunteering, that could be donating to a charity, it could be befriending the person in your community that is having a really hard time. But I think the biggest thing is just to change your perspective on injustice and on people that are experiencing a hard time. Because when we start to act small, the big changes will happen. Now I know I've gone over time, but I really want to share a story from the work that I currently do, because hopefully it will help reframe your idea of homelessness and injustice and what it looks like in Sydney today. So during my time working at Vinnie's, I have worked with a family, which was mum and dad, both of whom had an intellectual delay. Both have a history of abuse, which was perpetrated by their respective stepfathers, and both ended up growing up in broken families. Now, the father was introduced to drugs and started to use drugs and alcohol to forget all that awful stuff that had happened in his past. But because of this, he started to become quite violent, and there started to be domestic violence in the family, which resulted in their young child being removed by Child Protective Services. But a little while after that, they tried to make a new life for themselves. They got themselves out of their family, they got themselves clean from drug and alcohol, and they were doing really well, working with us, creating a new family with their new little baby. A few months later, that baby actually died of SIDS, which was absolutely devastating. And I just remember being at the funeral and being struck anew with how unfair life can be for some people, and how much this family in particular have been discriminated against and how unjust things are. And I guess I don't want to tell you this to bum you out, but rather to help reframe your thinking about people that are in situations like this. They didn't ask for any of that stuff to happen to them, and the systems aren't helping them. So I guess, what can you do to reframe your thinking about people that are having a hard time like this and bring justice back into their lives?